For most of the early internet, online conversations felt different. Forums were slower. Posts were chronological. And while people certainly argued online, the internet didn't always feel like a constant battlefield. But today, many people feel something has changed. Everywhere you look online, conflict seems to spread faster than calm discussion. Angry posts go viral. Outrage dominates comment sections. And the most emotional content often reaches the largest audiences. At first glance, it's easy to assume this reflects something about human nature. Maybe people just like arguing. Maybe social media simply reveals how people truly behave. But the real explanation may have less to do with psychology and more to do with how the internet itself is designed. Because behind every social media platform sits a powerful system deciding what content gets seen. These systems are called engagement algorithms. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook use algorithms to rank and recommend content. Their job is simple: show users the posts they are most likely to interact with. Likes, comments, shares, watch time. Every interaction becomes a signal the algorithm can measure. The more engagement a piece of content receives, the more the platform assumes people want to see it. And once that happens, the algorithm pushes that content to even more users. At first, this sounds reasonable. Platforms want to show people content they find interesting. But there's a hidden side effect to this system. Because not all emotions drive engagement equally. Studies of online behavior consistently show that emotionally charged content spreads faster than neutral content. And among all emotions, one in particular tends to generate the strongest engagement: anger. When people feel angry about something online, they are far more likely to react. They comment, they argue, they share the post to criticize it. They tag friends to join the discussion. From the perspective of an engagement algorithm, all of this looks the same. It looks like success. More engagement, more activity, more time spent on the platform. So the algorithm does what it was designed to do. It shows the content to even more people, which means posts that trigger outrage often receive a powerful boost from the system itself. Not because someone intentionally programmed the internet to reward anger, but because engagement-driven systems naturally amplify the emotions that produce the most interaction. Over time, this creates a feedback loop. Creators notice that emotional content spreads further, so they produce more of it. Platforms see strong engagement metrics, so their algorithms continue promoting similar content. And audiences become increasingly exposed to posts designed to provoke strong reactions. The result is an internet that feels constantly heated. An environment where calm explanations often struggle to compete with emotionally charged posts. This dynamic is sometimes called the attention economy, because on modern platforms, attention itself has become the most valuable resource. Companies compete for it, creators compete for it, and the algorithms that control distribution are optimized to capture as much of it as possible, even if that attention comes from conflict. None of this necessarily means social media companies intended to create an angry internet. But the systems powering these platforms are designed to reward engagement above all else. And engagement doesn't always come from thoughtful discussion. Often, it comes from the strongest emotional reactions, which means the internet we experience today may not simply reflect human behavior. It may reflect the incentives built into the platforms themselves. Because when engagement becomes the most important signal, the content that spreads fastest isn't always the most accurate or the most helpful. It's simply the content that makes people react. And in a system built to measure reactions, anger can travel farther than almost anything else. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe to The Truth Test. Because if this story surprised you, the next truth test goes even deeper. Click the video on your screen.